Good evening. Welcome to Urban Facts. It is Thursday, 7 o'clock p.m. Oh, hold on. I actually had it on the whatchamacallit there, YouTube. Sorry about that. So anyway, it's Thursday, 7 o'clock p.m. And here we are. So I want to thank you guys, for tuning in, the ones that are here tuned in. Today my co-host, Miss Parker, she won't be with me, so I'll be, doing this solo. Um, I have the pleasure of interviewing. Let me pull this up for you guys here. This young lady here. Oh, hold on. Did I close it up? Oh, wait a minute here. I'm trying to get it together, people. I'm trying to get it together here. Oh, wait a minute. I don't know why that's not popping. Oh, hold on. There she go right there. Oop, not that. I hope I don't kill her name. So it is Miss Diavion Morris. So Miss Morris is an actress, very talented young lady, and I'm going to show you a clip of one of her movies here. So let's check it out.
Mom! Mom, what are you doing right here? What you doing here? Mom, you need your medicine. Come on. I'm fine. It's cold, Mom. I'm all right. I got my blanket on. Mommy, you don't got. Come on, let's go. Hey, shit. You're doing it in different. Mommy, come on. It's cold. Oh, God. No, Mom. Come on. Come on, Mom, please. Mommy. I'm gonna go feed them. Let's go, Mom. Back here again. Mom, come on. Take care of yourself, Mom. Come on, let me help you up, Mom. Come on, you get your medicine. Come on. Look at you, Mommy. I'm alright. I'm alright. I'm alright.
Let's go.
That was the very talented Miss Morris, and the name of the movie was, I believe it was called Nobody's Son. So before we get into Miss Morris, I have a few announcements to make. We here at the Ethel Lee Zachary Foundation definitely, excuse me, I gotta stop saying we definitely highlight academic achievement, and I definitely want to highlight this young lady right here. Her name is Jalen Jones, and Miss Jones is the Scholar of the Month for the month of November. Ms. Jones is a fifth grader with a GPA of 4.0. She attends Upper Marlin Middle School. She is a member of the Student Council. She also does modern dance, ballet, jazz at Outbreak Dance Studio. She is a great student. She encourages her peers to be great, and she has a bubbly personality. She has been a great help to her brother after the transition of her mother. Jalen is outgoing, bright, and loving, and we at the Ethel Lee Zachary Foundation definitely salute you, Miss Jones, as our Scholar of the Month for the month of November. So I just want to address some stuff. If you know me, I definitely despise the statement college is not for everybody, no matter how true it is. Um, it depends on when that statement is true. As parents, we have to develop our children to be the best possible. I would imagine that's the goal for parents across the board. At least that should be. Um, we should want our children to excel in anything, not just academics. We got Miss Morris on here. She's an actress. She's going to tell us about what she had to do to get to the point that she's at now. But the one thing about it is that she never stopped pursuing her dreams. When we keep implanting this statement, college isn't for everyone, we are diluting some of the dreams of our youth because we're now taking away some possible opportunities that they can have. So here's an article. I'm not going to read the whole thing, just some parts of it. So it says, let's admit that the college isn't for everyone cliche is really euphemism for those people who aren't smart enough for college. I mean, unfortunately, that's true. If you can't cut it, you can't cut it. That's not the only reason, though. Now, the statement isn't false. It's just disingenuous. Like if you came in to how can I say, if you came into the room and you had this sharp suit on and somebody was like, "Oh man, you look out of sight." You know what I mean? But deep down inside they don't really like you. That's a disingenuous statement. So it's disingenuous in regards to students. Um, like I said, however, it is true. But I just showed you this picture of Miss Jones here, and I know her grandmother. So if her grandmother told her at this particular time that, "Hey, Jalen, college ain't for you," the grandmother would be a fool. You understand what I'm saying? Because she's now removing one opportunity that this young lady could have to succeed. Now, she could prepare Jalen to be an astronaut or the next biochemist or whatever like that, or even the president of the United States. And it's up to Jalen to decide once she gets to high school. I would also say with some encouragement from her grandmother and her family support system, if college is going to be for her. Because Jalen could just be like, "Hey, I just want to be a cop." You know what I mean? "I just want to ride the bus for SEPTA," or whatever like that. But that's Jalen's choice. That's one of her options. So I don't want to, beat this in the hole because I'm sure Miss Morris has some things to do. So without further ado, let me bring upon the stage. Let's see if she's getting ready. I'm gonna wait for Ms. Morris. I gotta see in the background first there. Oh, all right, there she go. The very talented, the wonderful, the beautiful Miss Morris.
Hello, hello. Hi, how is everyone doing? How are you?
I'm doing good. I ain't want to butcher your name. I said it one time.
No, it was
Help
good.
me
You
out
did
again.
good. You did good.
Yeah, help me out one more time. So it's D
Diavian.
Diabian. Yeah. I'm sorry. So, um, let me pull these questions up here. How's your day been so far?
My day has been good. Mostly preparing for this interview. Whew. I didn't know what to expect, so it's been good. I'm ready.
All right. So tell me, you heard my statements about college and everything. Um, Tell us about your childhood coming up in Philadelphia.
Hmm. So my childhood coming up in Philadelphia, I mean, it was majority North Philly and also West Philly, but North Philly growing up in Philadelphia, it was fun. I mean, it wasn't as the best, but just going out and playing with my friends and being able to like jump rope and stuff like that, it was good. Definitely not a glamorous time. Like, it's still the hood. It's still, but we made it fun. You had the kids going outside playing jump rope, people bringing out the boxing gloves. Like, you had roll call when the streets clean, when the streets like come on. All right, you in the house, but just being
Right.
able to be in an apartment complex with a bunch of kids made it fun. So
Hold on. What you know about the street lights? You look a little younger than me. Like you about
no, I
27.
I know about the street lights. Yeah, yeah,
So was acting always your first your initial dream?
absolutely. So
Okay.
the age I want to say is 8. That's when I can remember, but
Mhm.
it was always in me. So I started. We, we used to watch Tyler Perry's plays all the time,
Mhm.
and that was like something that kind of like a light bulb went up. It's like, oh wait, I can do that. I can act, or I can put on a character. So it just kind of put that like thought in my head, like, oh, I can do that. And then you have the dancing movie. It's called Honey. It's the dancing movie, and
Right.
it's a yes. I'm glad you know that movie. So that movie with the instructor and how she just got all the kids together and allowed them to pursue their dancing dreams. Some parents was not, really with it, and oh, you needed money and all of that stuff. That movie allowed me to like see bigger. So no matter what was their circumstances, they just wanted to dance, and she allowed them to be able to dance through acting and that movie. So that touched me as well. So that movie was like the one that was like, oh, I could do that. I want to dance too. Shoot, they can dance, I can dance. What we doing?
So who influenced you to be a to want to be an actress?
Honestly, if I would say who, I would say I wouldn't say it's a person. I would say it would be just kind of like plays, Tyler Perry's plays, movies, and TV shows itself. I wouldn't say it was like a person.
So you was more like influenced by other people's work
Work,
to
yes.
say that, hey, I can do that too.
Mm.
Oh, okay, cool. Now for the record, do you don't have a degree for acting, do you? I'm not sure.
No, so we were on it. You were on the topic about college. So that was the goal. The goal was to go to college, get my degree,
Hmm.
and that wasn't in the plans for me at all. I dropped out the first semester, and I just knew it wasn't for me. Nothing was working out. I was stressed out. Just even with my grades, I was getting good grades, but I just wasn't able to make it. It was just wasn't for me. That's a statement that's true. When I dropped out of college and I started to do acting classes and still get like some form of schooling and training, that's when everything just took over for me. So that statement that college is not for everybody is 100% true. It's not for everybody.
Hmm.
Um, but like you said, always give that option. Always give a child that thought of. I can go to college. I can go. Let me try it out. So I'm glad I had that experience because it showed me it's not for me, and it led me to where I am today.
Right. I'm glad you made that statement because it's who knows the outcome that you might have had, if you might might not have ventured into that path. So tell us about your journey into becoming an actress.
Okay, so the journey, it's been a wild journey. So when I was younger, I used the church. That was my outlet. Oh yeah, I'm gonna just go ahead and whatever the church got, I'm gonna act in church plays. I'm gonna act and do dancing. I'm gonna just do whatever I can as a child, whatever school had to offer. And finally, after college didn't work out, it's like I felt like a failure. Like it was like, oh, college. I mean, everybody, the family wants you to graduate college. Go ahead, get your degree, get a nice job. So once that didn't work out for me, um, my whole world just went round. I'm dealing with the negative reactions from family members, from friends, my own thoughts about being a failure, and that passion of acting was just so strong in my heart. I still wanted to act. I went to college for acting, so trying to figure out, well, how can I start acting? So when I dropped out and told them I still want to act, they were looking at me like people was looking at me like, what? So when I um got the courage to just call up one of my friends that been in the acting field. Actually, I want to say he's more like a cousin to me. I saw him being played since I was 15 years old. So I'm like, you know what?
Mhm.
He's always booking. Let me call him up and see like what's going on. So I'm like, hey, like I want to start this acting thing. College didn't work out, and that's when I started to join his class. Two
Mhm.
weeks later, after joining his class, I'm in Nobody's Son. So things moved at a rapid pace.
And Nobody's Son. That was the clip I showed before I
Yes,
put you on. Okay.
yes,
Yeah, you definitely did a spectacular job on it. I mean, I'm not Tyler Perry or anybody like that. I mean, I know, somebody performing well in a movie. You know what I mean? I mean, I'm not. I'm sure you're familiar with Tubi. Sometimes it's horrible acting on there. So, but somebody trying to
yes.
get on there. So, did you invite somebody to come on there? Who's somebody named Chia Mac or something like that? Or they came on?
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess I don't know if they're trying to surprise you or not. So,
Yeah.
um, so, um, college didn't work out. You called up a friend. What was the guy's person's name again? I'm sorry.
So his name is Omar. So actually, I'll say he's like more like a cousin.
Hmm.
Yeah, I called him up because what my aunt would do, because I always talked about acting my whole life. When he would have plays and films and stuff like that, like premieres basically, she would always give me a ticket and I'll go to see like him. I'll support him, and I'm like, yo, since I was like 16, always and
Hmm.
always was, and when it was right here in Philly, so I'm like, that's the one I should hit up. That's the one I should contact to see like, okay.
Now, the journey. So with coming up in North Philly, you went to college. Um, excuse me. I wouldn't say it didn't work out academically. I would say that it just wasn't your passion. But like you said, you had that opportunity, and you felt as though, hey, this ain't for me. I want to do something else.
Hmm.
Now at the moment that you're like, I don't want to do this college thing no more. I want to do acting. Like, what's running through your head?
I didn't have a choice when it came to let's make this college thing work. It was almost like nothing was working out. When I was in college, I was just so depressed, and once, oh yeah, okay. So when I was in college, I was just so depressed, like nothing was working out, and it's like I had to drop out. It's like I was being forced to drop out. And when I dropped out, I felt so refreshed. Like me, I'm like, oh, I don't have to deal with it no more. And I was happy. And then when I went to my family members to, make the announcement, like I'm back home, I got a bright old smile on my face. You got people falling out their chairs, dropping glasses. Oh, what? College? Wait, you dropping out? So for me, I felt like a failure. Like my life is over. You might as well just go ahead and get a regular 9 to 5, work for 40, 60 years to get you a 4K, 401k, and this is your life. So that's literally what my goal, that's what I was going to go do. I had got my 9 to 5, went right back to the bakery. I worked at a bakery for my first job, and I worked that job for a couple of months. And I'm like, this ain't no money. This ain't getting me nowhere. And not only that, it's like I still had that passion for acting. It was like eating me alive. I started my YouTube channel back again because I'm like, I need to be seen. I need to do something. So I'm starting my YouTube channel, and it just wasn't enough. It got to the point where like I was miserable at my job, at my bakery job. I
Mm-hmm.
felt like with YouTube it was a start, but I just needed more. And it got to the point where I was like, you know what? I'm gonna do it. Like I don't have a choice. Nothing else is working out. My back is against the wall and I'm miserable with everything else. I'm trying to work these 9 to 5s. I'm just seeing the future. I'm like, oh no, this not for me. I'm more than just a worker. I have to fight. I have to get this dream and this passion out. Whatever it is, I need to try it out. So um listening to different people's different people's opinions and oh well it's too late for acting. You needed to be in the industry already. You how you going to afford acting classes? So fighting those insecurities, fighting all of that negativity, fighting all of that, it took a lot for me to call Omar. It was just a simple phone call, but I had to go through all of those emotions and I did it insecure, I did it afraid, I did it um just you know, I just did it because I couldn't fight it. And then it was kind of like, I'm gonna show you. Oh, acting out a career. But for some reason, I got this dream, and it was kind of like I kind of felt like I was getting frustrated with my dream. It was a journey because I was getting frustrated with my dream. Like, okay, why do I have this unrealistic dream? I just can't get this way. I've been wanting this since I was a child. Why is it still here? So I think the journey was definitely just getting over a lot of overthinking and just trusting myself.
Mm-hmm. Now tell me about your I guess what you call it, your first job, your first gig, or your first well, I guess your first role.
Yes. So how did that come about? I started so I joined the Actors District. That was my acting school. And where we started off on Zoom. And I'm like, if this is I want to see what this is about. When my first day, I didn't want to say my name. I felt so just misplaced. Everybody was trained. Everybody was professionals. Like it was just like, oh, what am I doing here? I don't even know what I'm not even supposed to be here. And my acting teacher, he was welcoming everybody was welcoming, but I wasn't confident enough to be like, okay, this is for me. So I kept going, but I knew it was something that was going to allow me to grow and be the actress that I wanted to be. Kept going to the class. I kept going to the class. We started off on Zoom. The next week, we're right in person and we're doing in person classes. And it took me a good one more class after that. And my teacher was like, no, get up on the stage. You're doing something. You're not sitting here being scared. You're getting up on this stage. You're going to read these lines. We're going to do the exercises. And that's what I did. Toby Gaddison, he called me 2 weeks later and he said, hey, Biavian, I have this role for you in the movie. Are you ready? I said, a role for a movie? Oh, yeah, what? I'm not ready. It's only been 2 weeks. He had to force me to get up there. I'm like, oh, I'm not trained. I'm not in my head. I'm like, no, I'm not ready at all. He's like, oh yeah, I'm ready. So I said, okay. When is the movie? How long? Like when are we filming? Oh yeah, you'll be on set in 2 days. 2 days. I'm like, all right. So now my heart being he like, no, you got this. You got this. Like you got this. So I'm gonna hit you. I'm gonna give you all the information. The director, Jimmy the Saint, he's like, I'm gonna hit you up with all the information so that you can get ready for this role.
Right.
I'm like, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, I'm freaking out. I'm actually getting ready to go to my job at the bakery. So I'm like, oh my gosh, what are you talking about? So finally, I get in contact with Jimmy the Saint, and he's telling me all about the movie. So I had like I had key lines, well, yeah, key lines that I had to say, but most of it was improv. So it was just me going off my natural emotions. I was supposed to be crying out for my dad in the movie, and he was supposed to be in the military. So we're getting everything together in this short amount of time. 2 days, we got to get it together. I'm building chemistry with um my scene partner, and we're getting things together. Fast forward the day of this, I'm supposed to be on set. The day we start the film, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Jimmy's calling me. Hey, Diavian, I just want to let you know that, you know, we're still on for today, but everything changed. Your whole scene is changed. What? What you mean my whole scene changed? Like, what you mean? Oh, yeah, so the whole storyline changed. You're actually going to be crying out for your mother. And oh yeah, and one more thing, your whole lines changed as well. So this is what this is what's going on. I'll see you in about 2 hours. And I'm okay. What's my lines? What's my lines? Who am I going to be with? What's what should I just hang up the phone for? I'm like, what's going on? He's like, no, you're good, bro. I'll just see you on set. And I'm like, see, what you mean? Just see me on set. So what people don't know is that I lost my mom at a very young age.
Mm-hmm.
So this kind of hit home for me. I
Right.
have to cry out for my mom. That's the first thing I'm hearing. I'm like, wait, what? Like, hold on, this is a little deep now. And I don't know, if I can handle that. So just going through the emotions of, am I ready? I'm
Mm.
about to go on this set, be around a whole bunch of actors that got way more experience than me.
Right.
I don't want to just, I don't know if I'm going to be able to handle that emotional, like, to have the emotional capacity to handle all of this that's going on.
Right.
And I still got to perform. So
Mhm.
I'm like, okay, I went to the set. I go on set, and I'm standing there. I'm waiting for my turn. Waiting for my turn. It's 2 hours. It's cold. We're on set. This is the real acting life. You never on set for 45 minutes, as they say. You're on set for about a good 2 4 hours, sometimes even 16 hours. But I was on set for about a good 6 hours in total. 2 hours, everybody getting their lines, and I'm like, hey, Jimmy, I don't want to, really bug you, but can I get my lines? Can I see who I'm in my scene with? Like, I'm trying to just get prepared as much as possible. He's like, just sit tight. I got you. I got you. I'm like, no, but I just need some prepare. I just need some preparation. He's like, girl, sit tight. You could go here. You can sit over here. It's plenty. We got you. So I'm like, okay, I'm sitting tight. I finally meet my mom. I finally meet my lines and stuff like that. So he waits till about a good 10 to 15 minutes before I'm on camera to tell
Mhm.
me, this is your lines, this is who you're with, and this is what you have to say. I'm cold. It's freezing. I'm all in my head. But all that I know is I got to deliver this character. This is a message. This is heavy. This is a heavy scene. So I take all of those thoughts of overthinking and insecurities, and I just put them behind me. And I just know action. When I hear action, I have to give it my all. And I'm like, okay, I'm crying out for my mom. I'm going through what my teacher then told me in training within those 2 weeks. Have a backstory, like try to connect with what you're saying, be intentional, receive whatever like just going step by step. And we took take one. He's like, okay, I can see that you're trying, but get more comfortable. Trust yourself. Give us more passion. All right, scene. We took another scene. It was set. It was another scene. Scene two. He's like, one more time. We're gonna do the act one more time. So we filmed the same scene 3 times, and I killed it. That was the first time I felt myself act. And people say, oh well, just act the character. Nothing about that scene that y'all saw previously was acting. That was me being. I was that that girl that just wanted to save her mom from those drugs, from being on the streets, being homeless, and just wanting to have a mother. So once I just allowed that my mind to go in that direction, I was able to just kill it. And I had all of those same professional actors that I was just so afraid of, or intimidated by. It was like, yo, you killed it. Like what? Like you like how long you been acting? Like you did such a good job. And I'm just looking at them like, oh what? Like I killed it. Oh, okay, yay. But from that moment on, it allowed me to know that it was never about the training. It was never about all those things I was thinking about. It was for me. It was my destiny. It's it's in me. So
Oh,
that was
that's
the journey
wonderful.
of it.
Um, so you got this first role. Well, we actually met in an Uber ride. I was your Uber, and you got this other piece coming up too. Let me pull this up for you here. Where is that at? All right, so you got this play here.
Yeah, scared of love.
Yeah, let me. All right, tell us a little bit about the play.
Okay, so um the play. So when I actually met you in an Uber, I was explaining, I was like, like I'm just trying to get some roles. I'm just trying to get some, something. I want some work done. Um, I got a phone call from one of my acting friends from my acting class, and she was like, "Hey, it's this role. I really think you'll be good at it. You got this. I want you to audition for it." So I'm like, "Okay, I'll audition for it." I auditioned for the play, and um, I got the role. He was like, "You know what? Like I've been like looking for so many people when it comes to this play. Like when it comes to playing Shanae, I want you to play this character." So I'm like, "Okay, no problem." This is my first play ever. Um when I was training for acting, I was training in film. I haven't trained anything when it comes to drama, theater, theatrical plays, nothing. So this is all brand new to me. So I just use what I've learned from film into the plays the best way that I can. And it's been a journey for me, just realizing that with film, less is more. But with plays, more is like everything. We want
Mhm.
drama, big. So I'm drama, I'm big, I'm extra. So when it came to just the plays and everything within itself, I'm like, okay, I can finally be big. And I love Tyler Perry, so I'm like, I need at least a couple plays on my belt so that he can probably take me serious a little bit. Like it's a method to my madness. So that's what happened, and we're rehearsing, and I'm just getting through it. And you know, Janae it's a tough character for me because she's all over the place. She's emotional, she's crazy, she's funny. Oh my gosh, she is so relatable. So many women can relate to her, and the play really talks about love. And a lot of times we as people are scared of love. We're
Mhm.
scared of, being hurt. We're scared of the unknowingness and just putting ourselves out there and being vulnerable. And with Shanae, she is also scared of love, but in her own way. She doesn't know what love is until it's too late. She didn't know the man that loved her so much, the man of her dreams loved her until it was too late. So I don't want to say too much without spoiling anything.
Right. Yeah, you
Um,
don't want to get the whole plot out.
right. So, with that being said, I just feel like, definitely come out. Everyone should definitely come out if y'all have the chance to see me play Shanae. It is February 17th. Um, what is that? Valentine's Day weekend, yes. And
Mhm.
bring your boo, your side piece, whatever
Yes,
you want to do. whatever you whatever you got going on. I ain't judging. But you do not want to miss this play. It's good. It's given 90s R&B type of music, and the message behind it is just golden. Golden.
now we do this thing on here where we pick out pictures from social media and we just ask the guests to explain what's going on. So here's yours right here.
Okay, so with that photo, I was in, that's crazy. So I had just put that out there too. So I was in high school. I think that was my junior year of high school, and my high school was looking for actors to film and to be in this film. And I'm like, okay, shoot me, I want to be in this film. And it's called Black Boys Film. And the film is based on black boys growing up in Philadelphia in the hood and stuff like that. So they wanted to sit down and interview me and ask me questions. And they was like, okay, we really want to use you, but it's a black boys film. We don't know how we're gonna fit you in this film, but we're gonna need you for something else. Can we just sit down, give you some questions? And I'm like, okay, ask you some questions and get some answers. So I'm like, okay, no problem. So I everybody always tell me I am a natural at this. So they would just ask me questions about like my childhood growing up when it comes to like black boys and different questions I don't really remember. And they was like, oh, like, can we use these clips? Can we we need to fit you in some type of way in some type of movie. So, and ever since then, they always wanted to contact me just and keep me in their contacts, like see if they could use me for their film. The film was going to be on Netflix. I didn't get into Black Boys film because it is a black boy. It was no reason to have Diavion in that film, but yeah, so that's what happened, and yeah, that.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. So for aspiring actors or actresses, what advice do you have for them?
Okay, so for and so the advice that I have for inspiring actors or actors or whatever, I would say before you take a headshot, before you accept any roles, go within and ask yourself, what is the purpose of you getting into the acting? What why do you want to do this? Because it's it's fun, it's your dream. um it's fun, it's a dream, but it's like you have to really sit there and ask yourself, why are you doing this? Because you can get lost in this, you can get lost in it. Another thing I would say also is to, look, I'm sorry, I had took my notes because there's a lot to be said. So yes, before accepting a role, write down your character types. So what characters do you want to play? Uh, what roles do you want? Know your standards and know your morals, because you can get lost in just trying to be thirsty for opportunity, thirsty to get that spotlight, and you don't want to lose yourself and lose your purpose just accepting anything.
Right.
Because when it comes to dreams and acting, you want to know why you're doing it. And
Mhm.
they can easily cast you as somebody that you don't want to be. They can easily use you for an actor that you necessarily don't want. So knowing, why are you doing this? Why am I doing this? What do I want to be, so that you don't lose yourself and don't accept everything. You will have your moment. You will have your moment. Everybody is going to have their chance to show their talent. Stay ready and believe in yourself. So,
Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. What was the advice that somebody gave you?
what was the advice that someone gave me?
Hmm.
Uh, my acting teacher, he said basically like, get out of your head. Um, he word for word, he say, you have to see your own dopeness. Once you see your dopeness, once you believe in yourself and know that you can do it, you're gonna be on and keep going. So
Okay. Um. Well, let me tell you, I I can't remember exactly our conversation, but I do remember giving you some advice, just to keep moving and everything like that. And like we both said that college ain't for everybody. It's an option, You definitely don't want to eliminate it. You know, no matter what the hard times may be, or whatever it is. It's a lot of venues out there that people can take to accomplish whatever their dreams are. But the one thing about a dream is you have to have one. And there's so many young ladies and young men in your generation that don't have a purpose. So here's somebody put that up there too. They don't have a purpose at all. So without purpose, you really don't have like a true understanding of what you're supposed to be in life. To tell you the truth, I just discovered my purpose 2020. I'm 47. And I always encourage young people to find out what it is that you want to do. Because, like you said, it might not be college. You just might want to be the manager at McDonald's. But if you're comfortable with that, then that's fine. You just gotta, if you get on this bus, you gotta take along the ride, the bumps that come with the bus ride. You know what I mean? The odors and all that, you know. But like I tell these parents is that you have to initiate your child's dream. Just like getting the dream was initiated. You know what I mean? And then sometimes, now this is a message out for parents. You can't be so fast to downplay somebody, your child, because they didn't go the route that you thought that they should have went. Now, don't get me wrong, it's depressing and it can be discouraging. You know what I mean? If one of my kids came in and said, "Well, hey, Dad, I don't want to do so and so." I ain't gonna be like, I'm gonna be honest. I'll probably be discouraged and like, but what's happening? You know what I mean? But you gotta find out what's happening. Because the moment you start insulting somebody and degrading somebody, you're making them feel worse. And sometimes you may derail their dreams. You might not be sitting here if you didn't have your own encouragement or encouraging words from somebody else. I could be interviewing somebody else. But you stuck to it. You took a stand. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how those events unfolded, but you
Yeah,
here right now.
not to cut you off, I just wanted to say something too. Because you can, I feel like you can come from a parent perspective as well when it comes to, the parents need to, just be more encouraging. Okay, you don't want to do this, you don't want to go to college. Okay, what do you want to do? And this, and then this day and age with our generation, you can live off content creating. You can do so much more. So having the parents understand that, it's a lot more than just college, 4 years, degree, going to go work for the rest of your life. So just having that being open minded. But what I wanted to say for my situation is that for me, it wasn't a parent. My mom passed away, and my dad is no longer here as well. So I didn't
Mhm.
have parents who was to push me or different things like that. And I also had, when it comes to other family members. Oh, what? What's that? A lot of people don't even have other people like family members that's going to think like, okay, well, if you don't want to, like, you want to do acting, let's do acting. So what I say all of this to say is that even if you don't have the support, or even if you don't have the encouragement that you feel like you need, because I was one of those people still with no support, with no one believing in me or no one seeing what I can see for myself before it unfolded, listen to yourself. Go within and listen to yourself. Whatever you feel, even it can just be you drawing, you being an artist. If you like to draw, think bigger, dream higher. You can draw for any type of commercial, for any type of company, any type of business. Your artwork can be on the Hollywood one day. Like,
Mhm.
I just encourage everyone to just dream, because sometimes we can go to the parents' perspective, but everybody doesn't have parents. Everybody doesn't have family members, and sometimes it's not even too bad family members either, because they don't even have the capacity to think bigger. So how can they give that to their children? Oh
Right.
well, if they're thinking small minded, all they know is college, degree, this, you cannot push nothing on. Oh, you can be a content creator, you can be an artist, you can live off of your own talent. So a lot of people now, a lot of parents, um, 40 and up, 30 and up even, are not thinking the way us young generation is thinking. You know, it's all new to everybody when it comes to YouTube, social media, going out after your dreams. So, you know, even if you don't have that, just always remember, if you feel it in your heart, go after it. You don't need nobody else support. Support and believe in yourself for you. Just enough so that you can go ahead and do what you have to do. So that's my last take on it.
Well, thank you so much for coming on the show. It was definitely a pleasure. I hope I can have you on again. Um, don't get too big and forget about us.
No,
But um,
no.
it
I
was a
gotta let them
pleasure.
know. I gotta come back and be like, "Yo, Tyler Perry, you see that thing with Tyler Perry?" You know what I'm saying? So I gotta, I gotta come back.
Yeah, I definitely enjoyed it. But thank you so much. Enjoy the rest of your evening. And it definitely was a pleasure.
Thank you.
All right, take care. Miss Diavion Morris, wonderful actress. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Um, like you said, you gotta pursue your dreams, no matter what they are. But see, as children, you might not know what your dreams are. So as parents, you have to instill those dreams in your kids. Well, you initiate them because you can't instill somebody else's dream. So you just ask, you say, hey, what you want to be? So I'm going to tell you this story before I go right fast. So I got this group chat with my kids. I got 3 daughters. So I sent out a group chat and I said, hey, what's your career expectation? First message come back. That person says, I want to be the first Black female Supreme Court justice. I had to pause because of, how I came up. Nobody had no aspirations like that. At least nobody told me anyway in my family. Next message came through. I want to be a philanthropist and I want to help people. Next message came through. I want to be a director and I want to, help individuals. I want to make movies and everything like that. If you see this picture behind me, that's my daughters right there. That's the 3 young ladies that, one on wants to be a Supreme Court justice, one on wants to be a director, and one on wants to be a dancer / philanthropist and business owner. She wants her own dance studio. And, we here, me and their mom, and their family, the village, to support their dreams. Now, here's the thing. College may have not been for Miss Morris. It may not be for me. I mean, I'm in school now. It may not be for you. But you don't know who it's going to be for. And the thing about it is that whatever your kid's dream is, you have to prepare it. Now Miss Morris didn't go to college for acting, but she went to some other form of higher education, after high school. She didn't just jump out there and be like, hey, here I am. And that was her goal. That didn't happen. Whatever your child's dream is, you as a parent should know it. My parents didn't know what my dream was. They kind of tried to tell me because of what, I could draw and, I'm good at art. So they said I should be an architect. I wasn't feeling that. They said, well, you good with drawing and I could see you do. I couldn't see it, just like Miss Morris said. She done got in school and I can't see myself here. That's not my passion. Parents, our job as parents is to develop these children, to help them be better than what they could possibly imagine and what you could possibly imagine. So I want to recognize two of my children now. So this is Amaya. Amaya is a sophomore at George Mason University. Through Amaya's hard work, I don't even know how this child did this. She applied for some program to study abroad. She got accepted. At this very moment, Amaya's in Greece, studying abroad. Now she's in college. She's pursuing her dream. You know what I mean? Now, I'm not saying that every kid should go to Greece or every kid should study abroad. What I'm saying is that Amaya took a hold of her dream and went forward with it. And then that's what you do. Now, to even get to that point, you have to have some type of, academics. You have to be strong academically. They ain't just sending kids overseas because they cute or, because they tall or, some other type of trait. It's something special about this person that has to, it makes them go over there, it allows this person to go over there. So now I want to recognize my other daughter. She got this. I just took this off of there. Here you go, right there. So this is Ambrielle. Ambrielle got accepted into the National Junior Honor Society based on her academics. My other daughter, Amani, she currently goes to Kappa. She's a dancer there. She dances in the Thanksgiving Day parade. Like, they're all phenomenal. You know what I mean? They're all, making me and their mom proud. It's no easy feat to do the things that, these children do. It's not easy to get good grades in school. Well, let me rephrase that. It's easy if that's how you were prepared. And as parents, we have to prepare these children. I'm proud of Miss Morris for her accomplishments, and I'm proud of all children that seek their dreams and make them accomplishments. See, goals wasn't set to be easy. They were set to be accomplished. Just depends on what type of goal you have. If you want to be a scientist, then you got to accomplish that. If that's your goal. If you want to be an actress, you have to accomplish that if that's your goal. Whatever your goal is, don't be so easy to give up. You keep moving forward until it's accomplished. Now, here's the other thing. Make sure the goal is what you want to do. Do some research. Look into it. Because you might be on the path to be an engineer. But when you do the research, you might discover that that's not your hitch. That's not your thing. That's not something that you want to do. You might want to be a nurse or whatever like that. You might want to be a teacher. But you have to do the research to make sure that it fits with inside of what you may like. I want to thank you guys for tuning in. I want you guys to please give it up for Ms. Morris. She is, I'm going to see if I can find this thing right fast. She is in the movie called Nobody's Son. We definitely going to give her this props out here. Here it is right here. I definitely encourage you to check out this film. I'm going to put it up for you in a second so you can check it out. Nobody's Son with Miss Morris on there. Miss Diavion Morris. So here's the movie here. We're going to put it up for you so you can see it. So let me see here. I just popped it up there. Give me 1 second. There it is right there. So this is the movie that she is in, Nobody's Son. You can get it on Tubi. You can do a Google search, to find out, where it's playing or how you can view it or whatever like that. Wonderful actress. I'm so glad she was able to share her information with us, her life story, her journey to becoming an actress. My name is Eamon Hotep Parker. Thank you guys for tuning in. God bless and good night.